Welcome to Project Read's Annual General Report for 2020 to 2021. We want to say a thank you to our sponsors and funders for this year, the Lyle S. Hallman Foundation, the Regional Municipality of Waterloo, the Ontario Ministry of Labour, Training and Skills Development, and the Government of Canada Summer Students Program. They help to make our organization run, and they give us the funding to do that with. We're so lucky to have such a great staff, I've got to say. Their enthusiasm for the work they do never wanes. While the faces and names may change as we grow, they're the heart of this organization. And as you can see from the pictures, a pretty good heart. I want to say thank you to our board and committee members. Our governance committee is made up of Laurie Sauvé, our president, Laura Weeks, our vice president, Eric Karn, our treasurer, and our directors at large, Louise Bruns, David Critch, Amy Jeffrey, and Molly Kimple. It has been a pleasure working with them over the years. If the staff is the heart of Project Read, the board is certainly the soul. These dedicated individuals provide guidance and strategic direction and are the first people to pitch in and help out when it comes to fundraising events or any requests from staff. It's not easy being a volunteer director. It's a job that you don't get paid for, and yet you put a great deal of effort and caring towards. These are the people that are the leaders and visionaries and help Project Read continue to be successful and grow. This year, I want to say a special thank you to our website and tech committee, David Critch, Chelsea Crank, Laura Weeks, and Robin Crank. These folks have been our sounding board and experts on using new platforms through Google. They continue to support the work of updating our main website and connecting the Get Set Learn website with the Project Read website, which was separate before. The board members here and Robin have been our techie gurus and have been invaluable to staff's mental health. And thank you to Chelsea for always being our techie on website development and helping us out there with so many things. We have been working on a number of different committees throughout the community. Our results show that our programs are having an impact for adults and families in our community. Parents are the drivers of what takes place in the home. Changes in parents' skills and attitudes affects both parent and child success in school, life, and work. Community support projects. This year, we continued to implement the plans made in the Families First Waterloo Region implementation project. To review, in the first year of the project, we developed a family literacy certification program to support other community agencies to deliver a Get Set Learn program. We developed a family literacy training program to support other community agencies and parents to incorporate family literacy in their practices in everyday life. And we also created a family literacy program for peers to support Get Set Learn participants as well as other families in the community. COVID-19 did, not surprisingly, impact our progress with the training and certification program, but the program has been piloted and shows successful outcomes. We're developing more marketing strategies and we're looking for a big leap forward in 2021. The peer program has been highly successful. The family literacy certification and training, let's talk about that a little bit more. The sustainable social enterprise model of family literacy training and certification is a fee-for-service offering that will support facilitators to gain the skills they need to work with families. The curriculum for our certification and training programs was developed to align with How Does Learning Happen? The Ontario's Pedagogy for the Early Years in 2014. The curriculum is also aligned to the Ontario Adult Literacy Curriculum Framework, or the OALCF. This alignment is very exciting for our agency as it will be of benefit to adult literacy programs as well as the early years programs in our region and across the province. This year, we also took that process of rebranding Project Read. In addition to the programs we developed under the project, we developed various marketing and communication supports to help us continue to deliver these programs in the future. We are excited to have new logos, visual guidelines, and a unified website presence for our agency and all of its programs. Please take the time to look at our new website at projectread.ca. The Get Set Learn Family Literacy Program this year went virtual. It continues to successfully deliver the program through spring of 2020, and they planned the very first Get Set Learn online program. It has been a great and successful pivot. 2020 showed full attendance and results are outstanding. The virtual medium reduced barriers like transportation to attendance for some families and provided us the flexibility to offer the program throughout the year instead of the traditional spring and fall sessions. Our peer program provided parents and families with the additional supports to successfully transition to the online platform and providing tech coaching and help for parents and reaching out to decrease pandemic isolation. So family literacy does work. Parents who participate in Get Set Learn show that higher frequency of reading, that increased confidence in the positive attitude towards schools, and that increased awareness of how you use essential skills. Our results show that our program is having an impact for families in our community. Parents are the drivers of what takes place in the home. Changes in parent skills and attitudes affects both parent and child success in school, life, and work. The award-winning Family Literacy Peer Program has been very successful, and we are extremely impressed with the entire program shifted to an online format at the beginning of the pandemic. We've gathered outstanding results as parents report an increased sense of belonging and adoption of our program's concepts. Outcomes for peers are also outstanding. Out of the first 17 peers, 6 have gone on to pursue further education. 1 is also working part-time with us. 4 have pursued volunteer opportunities. 1 has secured full-time employment, and 1 has joined PeerLens Board of Directors. We have created a guidebook to share with other agencies so that other family literacy programs can adopt this peer support model. This program is the proud recipient of an honorable mention in the 2021 ABC Life Literacy Innovation Awards. Professional development with Project Read. We offered a variety of workshops, including bibliotherapy, compassion fatigue, diversity and inclusion in the workplace, and an employer showcase with Conestoga. These trainings were offered based on requests from partners in the community and were extremely well received. And partners and participants indicated that it was beneficial to their work. Through these opportunities, we provided training to over 100 practitioners in Waterloo region. Our educational assessments were lower than usual. We were down 69%, 69 to 69 actual assessments. Learners in the previous year were 154 assessments. This is a decrease of 55% from 2020. This is a result of the pandemic. We had to supplement our assessment program through federal employment supports, but as of December 2021, we'll be back in the offices of Ontario Works to provide face-to-face or virtual assessments depending on the learner's needs. However, Ontario Works is going through a major transformation over the next 2 years that could also cause a reduction in the usual number of referrals during that time. It will be something for us to pay close attention to over the next year. Let's tell a little bit about our programs. We provide coordination of literacy services throughout Waterloo and Wellington. This means we provide supports to practitioners through expertise, meetings, training, marketing, and advocacy. Literacy programs include community-based programs, school boards, and colleges. The pie chart shows that the majority of learners in Waterloo-Wellington are in academic upgrading at the college, then the school boards, and finally the community-based programs. This makes sense when you consider that the community-based programs are dealing with the lowest level learners and require more intensive supports, including one-to-one tutoring and small group programming. School boards take the next level of learners towards employment in high school credits, while the college focuses mainly on post-secondary goals. So who are the learners in Waterloo region? The majority of our learners are under the age of 30. This is 10% higher than the rest of the province. It could be a result of pure EQAO results or the fact that no child can fail a grade, and this means they can miss out on important fundamental skills learned in the early years. Unfortunately, due to the fact that Ontario had their schools closed for 20 weeks last year, longer than any other province or territory, this number is most likely going to continue to grow. 60% of learners in Waterloo Region are female, with 27% self-identifying as having some form of disability. 34% have less than a grade 12, but 35.2% have some college or a post-secondary education, which can be indicative of individuals have moved here from other countries that were professionals and took jobs and didn't do any form of English as a second language upgrading and now require literacy skills. Interestingly, 22% of learners have full-time employment, but this is usually precarious or lower paying employment. 54% of the learners in Waterloo Region were unemployed. So who are the learners in Guelph-Wellington? Well, the majority of learners in Guelph-Wellington are also under the age of 30, but 5% lower than Waterloo Region, which still makes them 5% higher than the rest of the province. The reasons can be related to similar findings as mentioned previously. 62% of learners were female, with 24% self-identifying as having some form of disability. 34% have less than a grade 12 education, with 32% having some college or post-secondary education. 24% of learners in Guelph-Wellington were employed full-time, but 57% were unemployed. This is quite interesting when you look at the fact that Guelph pre-pandemic usually had the lowest unemployment rate in Canada. When it comes to income, the majority of our learners in Waterloo-Wellington, 48% are on OW and ODSP or have no source of income at all. And let's go now to something a little bit more positive on this is our fundraising committee. We have to give a special thanks to this committee. They were very active during the pandemic. Since we only received ministry funding of $95,700 to run our entire organization, this includes salaries, office space, insurance, travel, supplies, all the core costs. It obviously doesn't cover this. So we need to fundraise. And here are the members of the fundraising committee: Laurie Sauve, Sandy Coughlin, Molly Kimple, Robin Craig, and Jane Tour. Fundraising did amazing during the pandemic. And last fiscal year, this committee helped to bring in almost $12,000. And that doesn't include donations to our organization. One of the biggest fundraisers was the Reading Rumble. This was a great event. We hosted our first online Reading Rumble book trivia event in March 2021. It's a fun event where teams sign up to read 2 selected books and then compete in an online trivia tournament, all while collecting pledges to be the top fundraising team and perhaps the top trivia team. Their great prizes, a trophy, and bragging rights go to the winners. Thanks to our fundraising committee for making the event a great success, and we're looking forward to the next one. And congratulations to the Waterloo Region Police Service Word Wizards who won this year. And they're holding the fantastic trophy that our very talented Robin Crank designed. So the pandemic, it had a profound effect and impact on all our programs and our literacy agencies. However, our staff pivoted quickly. We provided assessments and family literacy program virtually, keeping adults and parents from feeling the isolation of COVID. The Lyle Hellman Foundation was fundamental in helping us to keep our doors open, providing us with funding to continue to support the literacy needs of children and families in Waterloo Region. We hope that in 2022, that the pandemic will move aside for a new future, and we do believe that it will never be the same. Virtual and hybrid programming will most likely remain, and we will have rewritten how adult and family literacy programs work. Thank you for a fantastic 2021, and we look forward to an even better 21-22.